your hands together again and clap for Martin James.
Thank you. How are you all tonight? Okay? Yes. Okay, I see Apple are making a new phone in memory of Princess Diana. The iPhone, as it's called. Yeah, and that's not the punchline, believe me. Unfortunately, there's a flaw with it. It seems to crash when you go through a tunnel. Topical, I know. Too soon? No. So, a mate of mine, he's part of the bondage and S&M community. He's selling his sex crucifix. Does anyone know what that is? No. Okay, good. I'd be worried if you did. Anyway, I said, what sort of conditions is it in? He says, it's not too bad, but I wouldn't get hung up on it. Oh. So I've read the latest research into self-harming. It's cutting-edge stuff, I must say. So I went home to my wife, and I said to her, I've just been hit by a rental car. She said, hurt? I said, no, AIDS. So my wife bought me a jacket. It was cheap imitation plastic, and it was 5 sizes too small. I told her off. I said, it's not big, and it's not leather. Woohoo. So my dog retrieved a stick from 6 miles away. Okay, that's a bit far-fetched. So I got a job in a mirror shop. I never looked back. So we got burgled recently, and they stole my mattress. Well, that's when I really lost my temper. Sorry, I don't want to lose my bottle. So do you think the police, in the Batman films, referred to the villain, who was known as Dr. Freeze, as an IC1? Wait for it. So the elevator in my building has always been of great interest to me, but recently I've taken it to the next level. So I got thrown out of clown college. The last thing they said to me was, you can wipe that smile off your face. Now actually I came top of my class in clown college, and that is no small feat. So I said to the salesman, I said, does this calculator work? He said, well, I wouldn't count on it. So I see Schumacher has deteriorated. Not the topical one. Yeah, apparently he's gone downhill fast. So I went to the opera, and there was this Italian lady, and she was singing about burning her dinner. Apparently it was a carbonara. So I didn't quite know what swimming equipment to buy, so in the end I goggled it. So I went to the doctor, I said, oh, I hurt my foot. He said, put this little small pad in your shoe. I said, well, that's just having insult injury, isn't it? So I trained to be a vet, but I lost my confidence when I stabbed myself in the arm by mistake with a syringe. They said, don't put yourself down. So my sister said to me, I bought my boyfriend some aftershave. I said, Brew? She said, no, it's lovely. So I read a book on aviation history recently, and it turns out that 2 men in the 1930s were the first members of the homosexual Mile High Club. They were all cock and brown. So I swapped my wife's lipstick for a glue stick. She's still not talking to me. An exam. Makes you think, doesn't it? No? Okay. Okay, the Mexican wave. I started it. I'll hold my hands up to it. Ooh. So I sold my record collection recently. Finally. So I've got a couple of hobbies, but I had to give up photography after my wife fell headlong into a tray of developing fluid. Her face was a picture. So I'm making a metal pan for Chinese cookery. It's not finished, it's a work in progress. So 2 melons came up to me. They said, we're going to run away and get married. I said, you cantaloupe. You have to know your fruit and veg for that. So in Afghanistan, apparently there's law against keeping score in all sports now. There's a Taliban. So I spoiled my wife's birthday surprise when I gave her a load of perfume in a see-through bag. She said, I can see the sense in that. So I dated a girl called Helvetica. She wasn't my type. So I tripped over at Heathrow Airport, broke my leg. It was an airline fracture. Not terminal. So I had an exciting job. I worked around 38,000 feet. I was a chiropodist with 19,000 patients. So I was thinking about a load of new words for concrete, but that's just semantics. So I went to the Catholic Mass, and the priest hit me with his swinging gold pot. I I was incensed. Whew. So the sat-nav said, bear right. So I did, and got attacked by a bear. It said, bear left. I thought, I'm not falling for that one again. Crashed into a tree. So I couldn't afford 50 Shades of Grey, so I had a whip round. So I worked in the information booth. Man comes up to me and says, query. I said, there's no need to be rude. So I sold my factory that made cravats and neckwear and left the city. I've got no ties there now. Thank you very much, you'd be wonderful.